honest trailers.
Wow.
What?
Tuesday.
For the movie that had so much hype because it made a lot of money, but no one really talks about the movie. What they really just talk about is how much money it made.
All 5 of those #1 weekends.
Oh man, it's Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. The movie that you thought would ruin your 90s childhood, but didn't. Let's check it out.
You know you wanna.
From the studio that just can't seem to launch a franchise no one wanted, that ended up being really fun and something I wouldn't mind seeing more of? Is this what hope feels like? Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Forgot all
Love
those
the
other.
1995 original. Now the reboot is tossing out the setting, the premise, the dead kids, the Robin Williams, and pretty much everything except the name. Jumanji! But since I swore blood oath to see every movie The Rock makes, here we are. Meet 4 teenagers who are all unique in a Breakfast Clubby kind of way. Watch them learn self-confidence and compassion, just like The Breakfast Club, thanks to an action-packed day in detention, just like that other movie. I believe it was called Power Rangers.
You must be a bully of detention.
Thrill as each team is demerged into an avatar that represents their character arc. The nerd who needs courage, the jock who needs humility, the weirdo who needs confidence, and the popular girl who needs to learn how a penis works.
So, how do we do this? Oh my god, these things are crazy!
It may be on the nose, but you'll laugh as all the actors get to
a
play
Hollywood
against their
script.
usual type.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I can't even with this place.
Except for Kevin Hart.
I don't have the top 2 feet of my body!
Kevin Hart, always Kevin Hart's.
Oh my god!
Enter Jumanji, the board game that literally rebooted itself for a new generation. That's sort of a riff on the tropes of video games,
I think he's an NPC.
Very
except
sort
when
of.
it drops the pretense to be a normal adventure movie again.
They got away.
We lost him in the jungle.
Wait, why are the NPCs talking to each other? Yeah, you know what, never mind.
Yeah.
But it still does a good job poking fun at female heroes designed by dudes.
Why am I wearing this outfit in a jungle?
Scripted events,
Dr. Bravestone, Jumanji needs you. Jumanji needs you. Jumanji needs you.
We know.
and multiple violent deaths that never seem to face the characters.
Chill out. He'll be back.
You know, if Mario was real, he'd never stop screaming.
Oh.
After 35 years, Jack Black finally returns to the jungle.
Just last night, I was in the jungle with pitfalls.
What?
Yeah.
Man-eating crocodiles.
What is
Rock just can't get enough
Way
in
back.
the 3rd chapter of his secret jungle quadrilogy. That's a pure celebration of appeal, as Dwayne Johnson spends an entire movie discovering the joys of being Dwayne Johnson, whether it's his arms,
Jesus, would you look at the size of that thing?
realizing he has no weaknesses, his sex appeal, or the effect he has a large bearded man.
Damn, that is a man right there.
You'll totally buy into the hype that's going to make him the 2nd least qualified president someday. So, surprised everyone in the box office, paid proper respect to the original,
This is Alan Parrish's house. I'm just living in it.
and reminded every studio that when most of your reboots, feature-length comedies, and video game movies are terrible, we'll slob all over you just for showing basic competence. Ugh. Starring Rocky Player 1. The Kid is a lie. Tenacious OMG. Amy Respond. American Harry Styles. Gus Grimley. Too Many Cooks.
Hey! I didn't notice
The
that.
Jungle Book. The game. The movie. The reboot. The video game.
Albino rhinos! They're huge, white, scary, and stupid, and they eat people.
Good news, Kev. We've got him on the ropes. Yay. Go us.
Oh no.
Hey, Screen Junkies, want to avoid more of your life? Click the box on the left to explore our new show, Smash Hit, where we break down the
Avoid
career
more of
Will
your
Smith.
life.
Or click the box on the right to see us play emoji games with John Cena. Hopefully you can see it, because we could not. It's a wild, wild race. Feed your hippo's face. Hungry, hungry hippos. I'm actually a deep-voiced woman. I don't say.
I'm actually a deep-voiced woman, like Ready Player One, y'all.
That's right.
I think this movie has a solid Hollywood script. Like
Yeah.
when they're talking about the archetypes, like the Breakfast Club, and then they take on their avatars. It might be very familiar, a little generic. It's a good Hollywood screenplay. That's all this movie really is. It's a solid Hollywood comedy.
That's all I ever expected it to be.
Film.
I mean, it's that seems to be the new thing. Is let's take this thing we need to reboot
Yeah.
and let's crash it into a different movie everybody likes, and then that'll work out.
And I agree with them about the funny tropes about the video games when they're doing like a play on how video games are.
Yeah.
I wish there was actually more of that. That was something that I felt was kind of intermittent. I felt like it could have been a cool gag that just kept coming up a little bit more frequently, because when they were doing those kind of commentaries, that's when I enjoyed it the most.
I get why there might not have been so many of them, but it would have been nice. And I do think it was a good note when they point out, like, why are we cutting to just video game characters talking to each other? Plausibly, perhaps they could be, but if this is like a real video game, they wouldn't need to be unless they're with the big characters.
I mean, what they could have done is they could have cut to it, and then they could have made it go in a letterbox.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
it felt like you were watching like a
cutscene.
cutscene. Yeah.
that would have been perfect.
That might have been a way to help justify it a little bit better, or as a joke for in there. That's so true. What they said about The Rock's Jungle movies.
Yeah, I didn't even think about Journey 2 in the
I
rundown.
forgot he did Journey too.
And I thought that was a funny thing to point out that like half the movie he's just learning all the pleasures of being the
The
Rock.
Rock. Yeah.
I didn't even think about it focally at the time.
You're like,
it's
yeah,
pretty-
that is The
pretty
Rock.
true.
Yeah.
That's his character is just a kid who gets to discover being the Rock.
What's that Jack Black thing?
Oh, the Pitfall commercial. Yeah, he did way back. He did a commercial for a video game called Pitfall.
He used to be skinny.
Yeah, he used to be a child
When
and everything.
he used to be a child who wasn't extremely overweight. And I didn't know that Too Many Cooks guy was in that. Did you notice him? I didn't notice him.
I think I did. I've seen him popping up here and there in stuff. So if it wasn't Jumanji, it was something else recent.
That kind of scares me.
I know, right? Because you just think that if he's
He's gonna
especially
kill all them, yeah.
because he's like an extra or featured extra at best, so you are like half expecting things to break
Yeah.
and start messing up and him start to kill people or whatever.
That's pretty crazy to me that they had him in there. And that's so true. Kevin Hart's the only one who plays just Kevin Hart. While everyone else gets to do a riff on who they are.
Yeah. It's like you think about the character that he was before detention. He's like he didn't have anywhere near this much energy. Like,
But would you really want to see Kevin Hart play anyone else?
not in this kind of movie at all. But I mean,
I never want to see
If
Kevin
he
Hart
does
play
a
anyone
trauma
else.
or something, I'll entertain
Yeah.
the idea, but not in Jumanji. And I mean, he's already got such an established presence with the Rocks.
Well, that was a funny, honest trailer, guys. I feel like honest trailers can be harder to do when they're making fun of comedies. So when they successfully make a funny, honest trailer off of a comedy, when you go to an improv show, they're doing like a genre calls. Give me a genre, audience, and some asshole goes comedy.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I feel like when honest trailers gives them that challenge here. All right, guys, well, you can subscribe and become a part of the Reject Nation today. And click that notification bell, because subscribe buttons are pointless. Also, check us out on other stuff